How y'all doing today? The Unexpected Wonder coming to you this time. Talking about the top 10 moments pre-time skip for Monkey D. Luffy. Obviously, this is One Piece. And some of y'all may disagree with me on some of these points or the order that I put them in. But when I talk about them, I'll explain why I put them in this list and why I have them in the order that I do. And trust me, there was a lot of epic moments I could make for Monkey D. Luffy. Easily make a top 20, 25 list. But top 10 are just far simpler and more time appropriate. So, number 10, Luffy one-shots Bellamy on Mock Island. I know y'all remember it. Almost, I couldn't even forget this part. I mean, it meant so much, man. Like, the reason I have it in my top 10 list is not just because it showed the strength of Luffy. It showed the strength of a 100 million berry man. It also showed the fact that what Luffy stands for. He stands for respect. He protects the respect of his friends. Though, you know, he has his honor code. He's a man, okay? That's all of it embodied. Also about the whole dream thing, you know. There's the thing that led up to it. I mean, beastly. It was just beastly. You just gotta give it that. Number 9, Luffy vows to save Nami at Arlong Park. Y'all know on Kokoyashi Village, Nami's hometown. Y'all remember it. The phone 999 brought up this part many times, dead on every time. You know, he reminded me of just how epic it was when I watched his videos, and I'm like, yeah. When Luffy, like, you saw Nami, you saw her reaction, and it was so sad. And then we're like, Luffy, and then Luffy's just like, he gives his straw hat. Mugiwara gives the straw hat to Nami. He entrusts Nami with a straw hat. That in itself is significant, because you know the bond he has with Shanks and all that, what the straw hat means. And then we find later on that Goldie Roger actually passed it down to red-haired Shanks. But I mean, that whole scene was just, you know, if you didn't feel it, I'm with Phone on this one. If you didn't feel that scene, there was something wrong with you. That's when a lot of people really, including myself, I was loving One Piece, but when that scene hit, man, one of the most special scenes ever. Just hard to even talk about. Number 8, Luffy versus Vivi on Alabasta. Now, I almost did forget about this moment, but I was reminded on one or two videos I watched a little while ago, and then I'm like, dang. And why did it beat out Nami's thing? Because the significance and, you know, character development it had for Monkey D. Luffy. Luffy's getting hit, you know, like in a scene, Nami was hitting Luffy, but it was whatever. Vivi was, you know, she was punching Luffy around, and then Luffy just got fed up, and he goes, one shot, boom, lays on her, he punches Vivi. And like people say, that's a princess. She was a princess. He don't care. But it wouldn't be disrespectful. Vivi's like, whoa, you know, you think she would be all pissed off if somebody hit her. But no. Luffy's trying to knock some sense in her, and she's like, yo, Vivi, it's a war. People are gonna die. All I care about is kicking Crocodile's ass. Sir Crocodile, as we know him now. Kicking Crocodile. And it was just like, yes. It's like, and he's like, but yo, enough of this foolishness, you know, this crying, worrying about all on your shoulders. We got this. What are friends for? We your friend. And then it made their bond closer. So, you know, there was two things in that. First of all, there was, you know, that just disproved the whole people think Luffy's a dumb character. That whole thing just disproved. It showed that he can be profound and very philosophical. You know, he understands life. Now, he often is naive. That's pretty much by choice. But it ain't like he doesn't understand life. He does. He don't understand everything about life. You also got to remember he was 17 at the time. But he understands enough about life. Is a war, people gonna die. That's just what it is and what it ain't. But if I don't stop Crocodile, and I'm the only one here that can do it, if I don't stop Crocodile, then it's all for naught. It doesn't matter. Many people, millions are gonna die. You know, if I don't stop Crocodile. So stopping Crocodile is the prime objective. That's where you get there. Being the realistic Luffy instead of the normal goofy Luffy. Number 7, Luffy goes gear second, for the first time against Bluno back in Enies Lobby. Y'all know y'all gotta remember that. You know, it was after his whole thing with and I forgot this. I almost forgot it. Well, kind of forgot. Whatever. Until a while ago, I was watching a video and I got reminded of actual battle he had with Aokiji, Admiral Kuzan, Aokiji. Back, shoot, I forget. Yeah, it was after. Was it right after the Giants? I'm trying to remember. My bad, y'all. Anyway, to the point at hand, when he gave the whole thing, we were like, you know, I mean, Bluno had like just messed with Frankie and Sanji, and then you know, and Bluno, he had the trap door. We was like, how is Luffy gonna beat this guy? Gear Secondo, and he does a speed and power boost that it was phenomenally incredible. And it showed again that Luffy wasn't stupid, because people reminded me about the whole chemistry thing, and I'm like, wow, Luffy understands the property of rubber. I didn't think of the chemistry. I didn't dawn on me till I saw other people's comments. I'm like, dog, Luffy, all right, you legit. Number 6, my bad, y'all. Luffy on top of Justice Tower on Enies Lobby. And this is after, you know, this is when after all the Straw Hats at the time that got up there, you know, Roronoa, Zoro, Nami, Sanji, Usopp, and Tony Chopper. They all were up there with Luffy, all standing up on there, you know, across the way from CP9 and Robin. Frankie was there, but I think he was knocked out at the time. Or no, he wasn't knocked out, but he was pretty beat up. And, you know, I mean, Luffy, from the talks with Robin, making Nico Robin realize she had value. You know, she was one of them. Didn't care what people called her. Even telling Usopp to shoot against the flag of the world government. The fact that he said he would save her, he would go against the world. I mean, he was a pirate, saying he was already doing that. The fact that he got Roronoa, Zoro, and Nami in line. Luffy told everybody, focus, yo, what's going on? We need to get over there. Like, Luffy taking command. Like, it was such an embodiment of who Luffy is at the time anyway. I mean, it showed so many depths of Luffy. So that had to get there. So what could possibly be my top 5 if those were such epic moments? Number 5, Luffy protects the Boa sisters. Now, some people will be wondering, why the heck does that beat out, you know, some of these other points? Well, understand the significance of what he did. You know, the whole thing with them being slaves of the world, former slaves of the world nobles. You know, Boa Hancock and all of them were protecting the island. Boa Hancock's a Shichibukai. And that was significant after we got the explanation. But at the moment, Luffy was fighting to the death. He even unleashed, unknown to himself, Conqueror's Haki. You know, he was fighting to the death, you know, in protection of the young lady. But he was also fighting to the death. But he put all of that aside. He's like, yo, my fight, you know, that fight we having now, it doesn't matter as long as I'm protecting you. He didn't know what they were protecting. He had no idea. He got mixed up. But it didn't matter. He showed such an so much that he was a man of honor, a man of action. He just does. He knows his principles. And that's what you gotta love about Monkey D. Luffy. He's a man of principles. And for those who don't understand and see that, yo, y'all really gotta get deeper in this series. One Piece, you know. Luffy, man. When that moment, I'm like, wow. I was highly impressed with that. And when I went back over this list, I thought about that moment. I didn't put that in there at first, but then I thought about that moment. I'm like, yeah, this has to go in the top. Yes, yeah, hell yeah. Number 4, Luffy punches a world noble. Now, Saint Charles or whatever his name was, Charles, after Hachi gets hit. Now people saying, oh, they were slave auction. First of all, Luffy didn't get to the human auction house till just before what's her name? What's her name? Kami, my bad, y'all. Kami was about to get sold. He wasn't able to get there. So when he got there, he showed he doesn't care about slavery. He doesn't care about all that. But, he showed self-control. Hachi stopped him before. But now that Hachi got shot, Luffy comes up. He steps. Boom! Boy, I was hoping St. Charles would get killed. But, boy, that was practically the most satisfying punch ever. I wanted Luffy to slam that dude so bad. He just went. He already established that he was against the world government back on Enies Lobby. But he punches a world noble. For those who don't know, if you don't know the series, then I'm sorry. You just have to know the series. On Sabaody, man, when he punched that world noble, like, yo, that was something. Even Trafalgar Law and Eustace Captain Kidd were heavily impressed. They were about to leave. They're like, yo, this ain't that. But they were like, damn. You are. I think Law even said, you're as crazy as they say. Number 3.
Are you going?
Yeah. Number 3. Okay, right now? Number 3. Luffy takes the advice of Jinbei and Dark King Silver's Rayleigh. What do I need to say? Back, after the whole Ace situation on Marineford, they return to Amazon Lily. Law heals Luffy and all that. And Luffy's going psycho up on him. Well, it's not Amazon Lily, but the island next to it. Luffy's going psycho. Jinbei calls him down. He gets Luffy to realize that there's so much that Luffy has left. He has his crew and everything to love. And then Silver's Ray is like, yo, you need to train. It's your offer. You can do as you like. You can go to New World and all that, but you're not strong enough. And Luffy, it was huge character development. Huge character development there. You have to recognize it. You have to recognize it. And Luffy, I think that's the point. We'll see it even more so as the New World, post time skip progresses. The improvements of Luffy. We've seen it already. We've seen his maturity already. Especially on this current Dressrosa arc. But yeah, man, that moment, that was serious. Number 2, y'all know it and love it. Y'all know it and love it. Luffy cries over Ace at Marineford. When I'm like, yo, Luffy's gonna get him out against all odds, and then Admiral Akainu, just right through, Ace protects Luffy, right through Luffy, and Luffy just breaks down and goes into comatose. It just hit him. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so sad, so shocking, so many emotions, that you can't really talk about it. It just what it was, it is. And number one, the moment I actually legitimately cried, Luffy watching the Going Merry die. When the Going Merry was burning into the sea, there was all the Straw Hats were affected. Even the new ones, Nico Robin, but Frankie even such. But Luffy, I cried. I'm a grown man saying this. I cried. That moment, when I watched that anime, oh my gosh, thinking back to that, I literally cried. Like, I had to stop that. I just cried. One of the saddest moments ever watching anything of fiction, yo. That was sad. That was, to me, the saddest moment of all of One Piece when that happened, man. Because the Going Merry went through so much. It even saved them from Enies Lobby and all that. It'd been there, and it's just like, yo, like a friend of yours died, a family member died, more than even a pet, just like a part of you died. It died along with you. You felt along with the Straw Hats. I mean, you went on this journey with the Straw Hats to this point, and you just, after all they went through, but it had to happen. So I mean, that's just significance. To me, these are the top 10 points of Monkey D. Luffy. Top 10 moments. Pre-time skip. Give me y'all thoughts, y'all takes. What are y'all top moments? And I'm sorry if there's a glare or something. Like, comment, subscribe, and see y'all next time. Peace.